Hey, what's up? How you doing? Here I am again. This time we are looking at Sony DAT digital audio tape recorder and player DTC 690. Yeah, 690. And since it's opened, I wanted for you to take a look and see what it's inside. And right now the head is spinning. Some of the people ask me to record when the head is spinning. Yeah, this is the patient that survived, and I just want to make a video like maybe a little bit about buying stuff on eBay and other sites. So usually seller would tell you like, yeah, it powers on, which means like the display is shining, I don't know, whatever. But it will tell you like I don't have tape to test it or something like that. See, now it's acting, huh? Yeah. Let's see what's gonna happen now. Alright. Let's try to, yeah, take the tape out. So what's happening, like the seller will tell you like it's turning on, and sometimes would tell you like the door is opening and closing, but that's it, which for that is like nothing. It can be dead inside. So yeah, every time you're buying stuff from eBay, I would suggest, if you wanna stuff that it's really working, you know, like this thing is working, then try to find refurbished, serviced, whatever. Otherwise you'll end up with a non-working machine, and it will take some time to make it work, you know. But this one is coming very close to 100% working condition. I have to make a couple of other tests, but so far it's good. I just wanted to make a couple of minutes of video with the head spinning. Which is very... Alright, let's try to bring this light on this side. Yeah, that's the way. So you can see it. What's going on? Like the tape is like spinning around the head. It's like a VCR machine. And now, since I'm here, if you wanna disassemble this unit, for this thing you will have to take 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, like white goldish screws, and then you can take it out. Before you are doing that, you have to take this cover, front cover door off, which you can do, of course, if the deck is opening like this. You can just pull it up, and then when you are all finished with the servicing, you can put it down. But sometimes it's not like that, like sometimes the deck will not open the door, so maybe at that time you can use this belt, you see, belt, and this wheel here. I'm gonna do it like this, and the door will, as I'm doing it, close. Or if I'm doing it another direction, it will open, so you can pull out your tape. I'm telling this because sometimes maybe this belt is broken, which is rare, but it happens. Anyway, the DAT is very smart. It will always close the door as soon as you power it on, and then you can try the open and close the door. So what happens, like in machines like this, the owner would have a DAT tape inside, and then he would try to pull it out, and then in that moment he would ruin, break or whatever this very delicate mechanism. It looks like it's loose, but everything is configured just right. Sony did it just right. So you don't want to mess with that. But sometimes you'll have to pull it out, and when you are doing that, there are like a couple of cables. This one flat ribbon cable, you can pull it out here, up, or when you unscrew all those 4 screws and bring the tape mechanism up, you can pull it from behind. But anywhere there are 1, 2, I think 1, 2, 3, yeah. Those are the one that it's needed, and this one I think, yeah, 1, 2, those 4 in a row, yeah, 4 in a row. All those needs to be pulled out, and of course untangle those cables, and then you can pull the mechanism out. One of the major problems on these devices would be those one actually, the transistor that is powering this drum here. So even if you did what I did before, disassemble everything, lubricate everything, clean everything, but this deck is really like a mint condition. I didn't have to do much job, a lot of job, because it's really like a mint neat. There nothing like it was used very little time, and it was put in some storage with very good nice air conditioning, so everything is mint. So I didn't have to do anything there. I just checked it out, and it's like new. So yeah, but I did try to find what is causing the issue, this and that, and then I realized everything is like perfectly fine. I don't have to do much job there. On the other hand, I mentioned when I fixed all the mechanical possibilities of issues, I tried to find the electronical, and it is one of these transistors there. Let me power it off, because I don't want to touch this thing. It probably has some high electricity. One of these will be unsoldered. You will have a cold solder, whatever you call it. So what you need to do is to unhook all those cables, right? And then you will have to unscrew from the back of the unit. There are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws, I think. Then you'll have to pull this metal tip up, bring it out, put it somewhere, and then you have to unscrew 1 screw here, 1 screw there, right? And then there are some plastic like holders. There is the one here. Let me zoom it in. You can see it here. That you need to squeeze with a tweezers or something, so you can pull the motherboard up. And then you can do a soldering on those 2 transistors. I think they are transistors. Whatever it is, it gives the power to the drum. And then the drum would spin. Of course, when you clean up all the mechanism, you have to use the cotton swabs for all those, parts behind, not for the drum. For the drum, you have to use proper things that you cannot buy these days anymore. But I use like a very thin printing paper with rubbing alcohol, and then I would put a paper on this back side, right, let's say, and then I would spin it with another finger like this. Because I'm holding the camera, I cannot show you right now what I'm doing, what I would do, but this would be the left finger would do this and right finger would hold the paper with the alcohol on top of it. You don't touch the head with your finger or anything that's greasy. That's the rule. That would be a couple of things that I would think that most of you who would try to fix your DAT, especially this model, DTC-690, because this problem, to fix this problem, I found out on the channel this doesn't compute. So there is a guy, I think, he's making like a lot of vintage computer videos, more like he's more into like computers, but occasionally he would do a video with some old vintage equipment. Maybe this would fit in that category. Old vintage DAT. I don't know what's the deal with these angles and this thing. I mean, I really don't. I don't want to. It's a Sony. So what's gonna happen next? I'm gonna cover it. I put a top of. I'll put the 4 screws there, the last 4 screws that need to be screwed, and try to test it. Is it working now after all my fixing? Okay. Alright, I'm back with the cover on. Now it looks like a decent HiFi machine. What we have here is like some made in Japan DAT cartridge, which is not supposed to be used in machines. But they said if you can use this one, then all other tapes will be just fine. So let's try that. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna rewind it. I put my CD player, DVD player, actually CD transport. I connected it with a coaxial digital cable, so I put it here on a coaxial. Let me try to use my zoom. Yeah. Okay, coaxial, and I'm gonna taper like a standard, not long. I'm on a full quality. Okay. And for this occasion, I'm gonna use my special Miles Davis Kind of Blue remastered CD, which is a little bit longer than the tape, but who cares? All I wanna see if it's gonna work, right? So let's see. I'm gonna switch to the auto indexing. See, start ID auto. I'm gonna put it in a record mode. I hear the sound, which is kind of great. I'm gonna put my CD back and I'm gonna start to record this DAT. Oops, see, See the problem? Yeah. You know what's the problem? I know what's the problem. The problem is chewed tape. I pulled up that tape and I was hoping maybe I'm gonna... Yes, I know, I'm old, dirty bastard. I'm trying to use like a tape that you shouldn't use in your machine. But this time we have a Sony DT-100. Yo, do not use 120 minutes, use 60 minutes. Okay. You need to test your machine on old tapes. So this one was really chewed and I tried. I should cut it out. I know, I'm guilty. I should properly slice it out, open it, slice that part. But I was lazy. I'm testing this machine. Let's try again. Pardon me. So if we can do a deja vu, right? This is a Sony DTC-690. Let's try to rewind this tape and try to record. You know what's the problem? This tape is also chewed. The same machine while I was fixing it, threw this tape out. But I'm gonna test it anyway. Why not? That's the beauty of testing it. And if I would leave it raw like this live, then it's even a better thing. Let's try again. Deja vu. This is like a and anyway, why would you use that in 2022? Well, if you are just listening to the music, you wouldn't. But let's say you have a bunch of DAT tapes that you would like to transport to your computer, or you have a bunch of cassette tapes that you would like to transport to DAT. Some would say, why wouldn't you transfer the cassette tape to a computer? Yeah, some people they don't know how to use computer, but they don't know how to connect two cables, and they have tapes, and they know how to press and record, and they have a digital copy of their old tapes. I know it's old-fashioned, but some people will do that. Oh yeah, the sirens that you are hearing are coming from the New York streets. I'm really next to the Broadway street, so I try to record and stop and record and stop, but then I realized like I have so much, ambulance and police and firefighters' cars, so I really don't care anymore. If you care, like, okay, put a comment like, I don't like your video because you have a police car in your video or something like that. Yeah, I understand. I hate it. But it is recording 60 frames on 4K, which I'm trying to use this time. But I guess there are some tape that are specially made for a DAT storage machine. The sound is from my radio. So yeah, if you use some kind of tapes, I really not familiar with this brand Qantegy. So maybe they are good, okay, but this one is chewed. So after I start the same thing with Sony, everything went smoothly. I'm recording a Miles Davis CD on my DAT, so I guess it's working just fine. Later I'm gonna test it more, of course. But hey, I think that would be enough for now. The next video will probably be the one more about the Pioneer CTW 900R, which I already did. That's probably the most popular video on my channel. So I'm gonna do one more video before it's gone, because this beautiful piece of machine will be sold. What's interesting, like people are finding my videos on YouTube, and then when I'm selling something on eBay, they would contact me and ask me like, aren't you the guy who was making video on and I would say like, yeah, oh yeah, I saw that video. You know what's the trip? I used to have I would post a video about the component that I would sell on eBay, but then I stopped, I don't know why. I kind of realized like maybe it's gonna, maybe gonna have less sale. But I want to be honest, because if I sell you this thing and it's not working, you're gonna return it to me, and then I'm gonna have like a $50, $60 wasted in shipping. So if I sold you this, I want you to keep it. I want it to work, Otherwise you're gonna return it to me. It's simple as that. If I cheat on you, you put a tape inside, it's not working. You try to record that, it's not working. You're gonna return it. It's how it works these days, right? So, and if I'm in New York City and you are in California, you're gonna pay, of course, first for shipping $40, $50. And then when it comes, arrives to you and you check it and you realize, oh, this thing is not working, you want to return it, who's going to pay for return shipping? Me. Then I'm going to pay for the, like for everything. So I want you to keep it. So maybe I should start again making videos for the eBay. When I'm selling something, I post it on my channel so people can see, Maybe I should do it in private mode, and then when it's sold, put it for public or something like that. But that is a good idea, I have to say. But Miles Davis is really something. So I'm gonna end it up here. It's working just fine. The auto indexing number 2, all good. Let's see number 3. Did it. Let's do it again. Oh yeah, number 3. Yes. On the point. Bye bye. See you next time. Yeah.